Welcome to the Refereum ICO review from me, Dino at Viva Crypto. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through why I think this is an incredible project and why you should consider it. At the moment, it's go through pre-ICO, so you might have a bit of time to get onto the waitlist or whitelist. So, if you haven't heard of this project, have a watch and see if it's for you. If you have registered, then it might be worthwhile getting a bit of detail. Now, with all my reviews, I go through the detail. If you're after a quick summary, probably not the channel for you, but I hope you stay, and more importantly, I hope you like the video and subscribe. Now, just to cover off a few things, I have not been paid for this review and I'm not registering for the bounty. I'm also not your financial advisor. There is no such thing as a cryptocurrency financial advisor. If there's anyone who claims to be, they are a liar.
Now, before we get into the review, if you do like it at the end, please do take the time to hit the like button. Also, if you like ICO reviews, then why not subscribe and hit that little alert button. Sometimes these reviews do come out quite late in the day, quite early, just before whitelist and so on, so it can be quite worthwhile just to stick that little alert button so that you can be made aware that when we do a review or do a video. With that in mind, I just want to apologise for the fact that you can see my lovely bedroom. I'm actually in the process of moving, and the place I'm going to be going into does actually have an office, so that will be a lot easier. And the sound quality is not the best. I have my computer on the desk, and eventually that will be moving and I can get a better microphone. So thank you for bearing with me. But hopefully, if you're a subscriber, thanks for being with us. And if you're doing ICO reviews, then please do join us and have a look down in the description, because we do have a Discord that we're building. We have some people joining. So if you want to chat about ICOs or other projects, then come along and have a chat. Now, talking about Refereum. Now, as I mentioned, this is a really exciting project. I think that when you take into consideration what they're doing, the team that's involved, the dynamics of the ICO, the potential partners they've got with this project, I've got the FOMO bad. I've got it real bad, and I'm just like, shut up and take my money. I'm trying to get in through the pre-sale. I'm not hearing anything. From what I'm reading, it's really popular. Whenever I look at these projects, I look at what is the community like. I've got over 25,000 on Discord, over 57,000 on Telegram, and growing every day. This is going to be absolutely huge. So let's have a look at the project. Now, to have a quick look at the website, it just gives you some detail about what they're looking to do. So ultimately what they're trying to do is, there is a discrepancy between the amount of money that companies pay on advertising and trying to interact with gamers in the game space. So when these companies make a game, they will spend millions of dollars trying to advertise that game. The gaming industry is growing exponentially. We are seeing more and more gamers come buying computers, buying PlayStation, Xboxes, and they're interacting with each other. They're on YouTube, they're watching other people play. Esports is growing massively. You're getting stadiums full of people watching kids play games. So this is a massive, massive industry, and it's getting bigger every year. Now, what Refereum are looking to do is close the gap between influencers and gamers and developers, but also try and take away all this waste. I did a review on Apex, if you've watched it, and that's an ICO that's looking at the advertising industry, and it looks at how much money is actually wasted, and when you spend $1 million, how much of that is actually effective spend. So that's why I like this project, because it's addressing a similar problem, but it's focusing far more on a particular community which could pick this up. And the way in which Refereum are looking to do it is rewarding people for influencing, rewarding gamers for watching, and with those rewards they can either sell the tokens, or they can actually use those tokens to buy games on the blockchain, which is amazing. The benefit for the developers is they're not wasting money on advertising. They're actually taking that money and giving it to gamers for watching their adverts, giving it to influencers for promoting their products. Now, if you're an influencer, you have, on YouTube, for instance, you have people who are subscribed to you. They're buying into what you're saying. They want to hear what you want to say. So if you're promoting a game, they're more likely to actually want to play that game. So, it's fantastic. I think it's a great project, and as always, what we're going to do is go and have a look through the white paper. It has on the website has a quick look at what the platform would look like, integration with other companies, and just a bit of information. So we can touch on this now. The ICO has a hard cap of 25 million, which is a great amount. You see a lot of ICOs that are trying to raise 50 million. I love something in the region of about 15. If it's with a great project like this, where they're going to be spending the money, 25. The token sale is looking to raise 2.5 billion tokens of a total token count of 5. Now, this is a utility token, and the company is in the US. Now, the thing to consider is US companies are not allowed to actively go after exchanges. The problem they have is the SEC would be concerned that it is actually promoting themselves as an investment. So what you've got to take into consideration is the take up onto an exchange might not be that quick. That being said, the likes of Binance, KuCoin, they can come to Refereum and say, we're listing your token. We want to list your token. We'll do it for free because you've got 57,000 people wanting these tokens. They will see the dollar signs and they will likely want to be involved with this project. Not guaranteed, but that would be my opinion. Now, say if that doesn't happen, there is also the chance that with a massive community that Refereum has, they can go on the community votes on these exchanges and list quite quickly. So as far as normally when a token is being ICO'd from the States, I start getting worried, but I'm not worried in this case. There's a great team, which we'll go through again in the white paper, and they've had some press as well, which has all been positive. So, yeah, looking good. Now, currently, they're in waitlist. So the whitelist is gone. If you register on the waitlist, then you've got an opportunity of getting put into the ICO if anyone drops out. You've got to remember a lot of people apply, and then when they go through KYC, they will fail because they're either in the United States or in China or so on. Or they just forget about it. The pre-sale has no bonus, which means as if you're a participant in the ICO, you're less worried about being dumped on by whales. The other thing is the actual pre-sale is not that large. Of the 25 million, I think there's only something like 3 million going to be sold on pre-sale. So it's pretty good. If you are interested in the pre-sale, the minimum is $20,000 US, and you've got to email them directly. Now the ICO starts in February, so it's 13 days from today, so it's 25th. So yeah, it's going to be quite soon. And if you have the opportunity, then yeah, definitely recommend that you watch the video. I instantly got sold this project as soon as I watched that video with the CEO. I thought it was fantastic. Now let's have a quick look through the white paper. Do always, if you're going to look at putting money into a project, always spend time looking through the white paper. This is where the detail is, and if you're not prepared to spend your time looking at a white paper, then I don't know why you're investing in the first place. So what I try to do is try and simplify this for you and pick out the things that I think are relevant, but I always recommend you do your own research as well. So the white paper, Refereum is the first referral market for games. The RFR token rewards gamers for their engagement and purchases with full transparency. Now, the platform has over 150,000 gamers on the platform since its launch 2 months ago. So that is fantastic. So the problem. The games industry is growing by 67% annually. In recent years, the numbers of gamers has literally exploded. Today, 2.2 billion people play games. Now, what we're seeing at the moment is we're seeing YouTubers, Facebook creators having a massive influence through streaming. Thanks for all you people watching today. The top 10 influencers in the game industry have an audience of 242 million people. Now, that's just 10 influencers, so it just shows the power that these influencers have. Now, gaming is booming as a professional sport. We're seeing kids playing games, making serious money. The 2016 International Dota 2 Championship is the richest esport tournament and has a prize pool of $21 million, which is double that of the Masters, which is ridiculous. I'm sure it's total prize pool must be spread over quite a few events, but it just shows how much money is in this industry now. Now, the gaming industry spends about $4 billion just advertising, and as we know about advertising, a lot of that money is just lost. It's actually ineffective and doesn't actually have a very high penetration rate. Now, blockbuster game developers now spend 2 to 3 times the development costs just marketing. That's a lot of wasted money. So what we're finding as well is referral marketing as well. Referral through friends is the single most trusted form of advertising. People are 4 times more likely to buy when referred a link or a product from a friend than they are through just advertising. But despite existing referral programs, these companies do suffer a lot of fraud, click bots, fake influence accounts. But that being said, influencers are powerful agents, so some of these referrals can be quite good. The other issue you have with rewarding players is that it's quite hard to reward them in forms of currency because of cross-border issues and the complexities of geopolitical restrictions. As a result, brand promoters and influencers are not compensated accordingly. Now, the solution is Refereum. Refereum is a smart contract, forgive me for reading this word for word, it's a smart contract established directly between developers and gamers, create a decentralized, secure and transparent marketplace with a record of purchases and referrals written into the blockchain. Our solution eliminates fraud, layers of middlemen and various onerous fees, and redistributes marketing budgets to gamers instead. And that's a very valid point as well, because a lot of money is not just lost through this spend, but there's middlemen who go out and advertise. There's a lot of money just lost to the industry. So game developers can purchase the token to reward influencers and players for actions. In turn, gamers can buy or earn tokens for their actions. So as a gamer, you could be playing a game, and if you unlock a level, you could receive some tokens. Now, as you play more games, watch more videos, they can then be used on the actual platform. So the benefits to particular ecosystems is developers can improve their marketing campaigns, influencers can monetize their following, and gamers and an average gamer can share in the token economy just by doing what they love, playing games. So if that's the case, my brother will be a millionaire. We launched our service in July 2017 and grew from a 5,000 user base in the first week. Since then, the project has grown to 150,000 plus users mid-January. They're also integrating with Twitch, which is huge. And we plan to move into other verticals where influencers command a powerful voice, such as entertainment, retail, fitness. So at the moment, they're focusing on gaming. But as you look at this, if you're looking at streaming and you look at the fact that who they're partnering with, could we be seeing a potential competition here for YouTube? It's interesting. So the team have a lot of experience. A lot of the team members have worked for big companies like Facebook and Google. So industry dynamics, I'm going to whiz through this as quickly as possible. I'll give you the detail. Video game is a busy industry with many developers but few distributors. To make things worse, 2 companies along with Apple are also responsible for the majority of game distribution. Developers have to spend more and more on conventional advertising. Advertising algorithms and policies are archaic. While referral marketing could be a powerful tool, current technologies do not allow for capture. So some of the technologies don't actually record where the actual source of the referral were, who referred what. The benefit of using the blockchain is everything is recorded. You know where it came from, who did what, and it's all there. So for MI purposes, using Refereum and using the Ethereum blockchain is very useful. As an example, in 2016, companies spent 570 million on sponsored posts on Instagram. So while referral marketing could be a very powerful tool for developers, current technologies do not allow for capture full potential. Influencers are a growing phenomenon in gaming. So they have an impassioned and loyal fan base. Gaming effectively has the largest reach of any vertical in social media, which I wasn't aware. The top reach of influencers, 230 million, are actually in the gaming industry, slightly more in entertainment. YouTube, top social media platforms for gaming, 152. Twitch currently have 12 million and growing. Influencers are actually not properly compensated relative to their efforts. Now this is quite important. Current compensation methods have fallen prey to numerous examples of large centralization. I'll try that again. Current compensation methods have fallen prey to numerous examples of large centralized platforms changing policies to the detriment of the individuals. Yay, I've got over 100 subscribers. Not eligible for monetization. Still not monetized. I now need 1,000 subscribers. What the? So it's fair to say that, I don't really even yet still consider myself a YouTuber, but if you've got the big names, they will go where the money is and where the viewers are. So if YouTube and other platforms mess the YouTubers around, then that does create more problems. Now, architecture and implementation. Refereum is based on the referrals and is built on blockchain technology. It allows developers to promote their games by buying the token, which can then be distributed to influencers and gamers for engaging in a variety of activities. The actual token itself, while Refereum platform provides tools to simplify and encourage engagement between these groups, the RFR token will be able to transfer from any user to any other user without interacting with the Refereum platform. Now I know some people on the Telegram are complaining that this isn't clarified, but it's quite clearly in the white paper that you can send it anywhere. Purchasing a game with Refereum tokens or Refereum.com is one of the quickest and easiest ways to get value from the blockchain. With a widely adopted MetaMask Chrome plugin, users can buy games with just 2 clicks directly in the browser. Now a lot of people don't like MetaMask, preferring my Ether wallet. There might be further integration in the future. I personally started crypto on MetaMask, so I've never had a problem with it. I think it can be sometimes a bit of a pain trying to calculate, if you're trying to send everything in your Ethereum wallet, trying to calculate the actual bill or the fee of the gas, but I haven't got a problem with that. That's all straightforward. Token. So use cases, anyone can buy games on Refereum.com using RFR tokens and view the receipts on the blockchain. When you make a purchase, it's all recorded on the blockchain. It'd be interesting to see if they actually provide a discount for the token. Game developers can pay with tokens to feature their games and sponsor additional engagement. Sellers of digital goods can pay to list their products for digital distribution by paying in tokens. Developers, obviously mentioned that with advertising, influencers get paid. Gamers can get paid for viewing videos and for playing games. Open initiatives. All transactions of the Refereum utility token are tracked on the Ethereum blockchain. This allows developers to see exactly how many copies of the games are selling, and influencers to track how many people are buying games from their recommendation. Useful MI. Shows that looking at streams, they can record how everything has been recorded. Some of the largest and most well-known companies in the game industry are already using the Refereum platform today. So they have some big companies that are actually started to use their product. For instance, Epic Games, Unreal Tournament, Gears of War have sponsored Refereum with their top Twitch game, which is Fortnite, which I think they've spelt wrong there. To attract more streamers and downloaders, the platform has provided tens of thousands of downloads and other game purchases. So that's big. Now, the next stage is probably one of the most important. Industry support. So platform adoption has been accelerated by Refereum's integration with Twitch, the most popular and established game streaming platform, and Discord, a communication tool provided with gamers. Both Twitch and Unity, the world's most popular game engine, have voice support for Refereum solutions to see on Refereum.com. Now you may think, oh well, a lot of companies support, but they've actually come out with a statement, and it says here, the head, director of publisher and developer partnerships at Twitch. We strive to help streamers and game developers. We know Refereum shares these goals, and we plan to keep collaborating on the future of game streaming. Now, if you don't know, Twitch is actually owned by Amazon, which, considering the amount of money they pay, I think they paid something like $1 billion for Twitch. I can see this expanding that relationship. So one of the things I have forgot to actually look into is how Refereum is set up, whether it's a limited company. Would someone like Amazon be able to buy Refereum, the company? Interesting. Unity is the most used game engine ever. It has the largest market share of developer use, and it deploys to every game platform from mobile to VR. Ian Dunlop, asset store manager at Unity, said, we plan to support Refereum tools and assets to help developers keep being successful with Unity. It's interesting. Further integration of Refereum is especially easy implementation for the majority of game genres and can't talk today, that already rely on any virtual currency to progress or use Unity. Such tools allow developers to implement Refereum into any current or future game with ease. Interesting. So growth prospects. Refereum has purposely focused on the game industry. 2018 will be a busy year, but what they do look to do is look at other industries. The roadmap completed, so they've got over 150,000 users. They're working with top industry companies, looking to prepare purchases. So all looking quite good. Now the team, I'm not going to go through them individually, but Dylan Jones, Alistair Doolin, massive experience in the gaming industry. They've got some great team members. I won't sit here and go through all of them because I'm sure not everybody wants to. The one person I think that it is worth mentioning as well, Aletsky, is actually giving them advice on smart contracts. He has written the Refereum smart contract, and he believes he's one of the white hackers last year who hacked some Ethereum wallets and actually returned the money. So having someone who's very security minded and so focused on the actual code, I think can only be good for Refereum as well. Some great advisors. We have Miko, who is co-founder of Evercoin cryptocurrency exchange. Going back, sorry, I whizzed ahead. Co, who's worked for Google, marketing roles. David, who's been product leader, management consultant for companies and firms including Facebook, Nextdoor, McKinsey, another company. And just some details about the token. So just to confirm, it is a Ethereum token, so it can be held in MyEther wallet. Should be able to be exchanged on Ether Delta, which I know a lot of people don't like, but it's still available. They haven't provided a very solid breakdown as to what's happening to the other half of the tokens. I might need to do a bit more investigating into that. But all in all, I think this is a solid project. I'm going to try and invest into this project. As mentioned, got the FOMO, I want to be a part of it, so we'll have to wait and see. If any of you have any feedback to this video, please drop it in below. If you have enjoyed it, like I said before, please subscribe. Apologies, this is one of the longer videos I've done, but it's so much detail. It's such a great project that I wanted to cover it in its true entirety and to do it justice. So again, hope you will find it useful, and tune in for our next ICO review. And as always, good luck.